It isn't the most functional. I don't know, the scrunch was just not giving, guys. It was just sitting at the top of my glutes. It's just kind of feeling a little bit cheap. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tracy if you're new here. I do a lot of fitness and lifestyle content, and today is no exception. We are reviewing Buff Bunny Collection's newest Naked collection launching on June 24th at 1 p.m. Central Time. But yo, an entire neutral themed collection. I would say that wearing neutrals is kind of a part of my personality. So to see Buff Bunny Collection launching an entire neutral themed collection, yeah, it was bound to be one of my favorites anyway, like seeing the pieces in the PDF, but then trying them on. I have so much to say about this collection, and I cannot wait to dive in. I was also invited to Buff Bunny Collection's content house this past weekend, which was so much fun. Being there, trying on and wearing the pieces multiple times throughout that weekend and throughout the past few weeks as well, allowed for me to have a much more well-rounded, holistic view of what these pieces are actually like after a couple wears and whatnot. So anywho, we have a lot to cover today, guys, so let's just get into it. Launch details. If I'm looking down, it's because I have my iPad right here, but every single thing that I'll be talking about in regards to launch details will be put on the screen for you guys. First and foremost, this friggin' like cover picture, whenever I first saw this, I was just blown away. Like, everybody just looks so powerful, just so empowering. But once I heard about the messaging behind the collection, it just solidified my love for the collection even more. So the whole messaging behind the Naked collection just really talks about being empowered in your own body and saying basically F what you heard about societal expectations. Things that are deemed to be imperfections are what make you unique, and to just embrace that and just love yourself and love your body, because we only have one body that we're in anyway. And I just love that so much. So anywho, with that being said, let's talk about the color palette behind this collection. All the neutrals in the freaking world, and I'm so here for it. The fabrics that are being introduced in this collection, I mean, we've seen these fabrics before. So there's Elysium, Nimbus, as well as Nubri. So I've talked about these fabrics time and time again in my previous YouTube videos if you guys want to take a look at some of those. But Elysium is going to be your true performance sweat wicking fabric, very much a medium to high compression on me. Nimbus is more so on the lightweight side, where it just kind of lays on your skin but it's still performance, whereas Nubri is going to be your brushed fabric, usually a medium to high support, but depending on what the pieces are, it can be low to medium support from time to time as well. But that's going to be your brushed fabric versus Nimbus and Elysium. Moving on, I'm just going to go ahead and put the line sheet up here for you guys to see everything that's going to be launching. So if you want to screenshot it, then just go ahead and pause the video, as well as the compression chart for all of the pieces launching as well. Screenshot it if you need it. And then last but not least, the actual pieces that are launching. There is so much coming in this collection, you guys. So many new pieces as well. So I'll just go ahead and put the first screenshot up here. A couple of honorable mentions are going to be the Queen Bee legging that are coming back. I didn't work with Buff Bunny Collection whenever these came out 4 or 5 years ago, but apparently they were a super popular piece. So it is making a comeback. We do have some ribbed seamless leggings and shorts coming out as well. And then I just have to take a moment to talk about this, but the ribbed booty pant. The pant that Heidi has been teasing on her social media for so many months now is finally coming out, you guys. We also have some legacy 4-inch and 6-inch shorts that are coming out in new colors. Moving on into the second slide of all that's launching, guys, I know y'all see that twisted sports bra and that Revolution halter. I literally put that in my list and then emailed the team being like, guys, it's coming out in time for launch. Like, can I have it? Da, da, da. Every single one of the athletes and affiliates are obsessed over the Revolution halter bra, and we've never even tried it. So we will definitely be snagging this on launch day. So I don't have them to review for you guys, but the Revolution halter bra will be coming out in time this Saturday for you guys to shop on the site. Other than that, we have a couple of tops here as well. Cropped options, a couple of full-length options, and I know y'all see that Ivy bodysuit. The Ivy crop top is already such a popular top, and it's been like an OG for years now, but seeing it come out in a bodysuit, yeah, I definitely have it here. So there's a lot to talk about. A lot of cute accessories as well. Last but not least, I'll post the FAQ here for you guys to see. Again, screenshot if you need to, but that is it for the Naked collection, you guys. I'll put my sizing somewhere up here on the screen. For the individual pieces, I'll put my sizing down in the description along with timestamps as well. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So I'm thinking I divide this try on haul into 3 different sections, starting off with Nubri, then Seamless, and ending with the more lifestyle pieces. So with that being said, y'all, we have the twisted sports bra in Stardust in a size small, which is my true size in bras. And y'all, the moment that I saw this in the PDF, I had to pick her up. Like how could I not? You know what I'm saying? I love me a little skimpy sports bra moment, and with this being a new bra, I definitely had to pick this up and review it for you guys. It features a very low, wide neckline. This bra pad, it looks kind of deceiving, but it actually raises upwards just a little bit. And then as we can see here, there's a little bit of a corner. It's not a true like scoop. So there's a little corner and then it comes up, which is why I'm calling it a sweetheart neckline. Thin straps. If we look closer at this twisted detail here, it's essentially the fabric folding in on itself. And if we follow the seam all the way to the bottom and then turn this inside out, as we can see, this is just basically the two pieces of fabric being folded in on itself and sewn together. So there is no true bottom band. And with that being said, this bra is a very low compression sports bra. I mean, just looking at this bra, I wouldn't be jumping around in it anyway, but yeah, just know that it's very low. And with the nature of these straps being so wide, I feel like they almost were at the verge of kind of like slipping down a little bit. It didn't, but it just felt very dainty and delicate, and I really couldn't do too many things in it. I think you guys will see in the try on haul as well, but even raising my arms up once or twice, the bottom quote unquote band definitely rose up and showed some under boobs. So whenever I was working out in it, I felt like I had to constantly pull it down. So just be aware that this is more so of a pretty bra to look at, but functionality wise, it isn't the most functional. I'll also wear it anyway though, just because I think it is so freaking cute. But anywho, if we follow the straps going up all the way into the back and turn this bra around, then as we can see here, there is no adjustability. It's just the same thin straps on the back and then a very thin back band with the Buff Bunny collection logo printed on the left hand side. I do love how this looks though, just because I feel like it's very flattering on the back. Definitely shows off your back gains really well. It does fit true to size though, but I struggle with giving you guys sizing advice on whether to size up or down, because I feel like if I were to size down into a size extra small, I would have more support, but there would just be less material in the boob area, and there's already basically no material here. So I'm like, do I want to do that? Because I feel like even though it's tight, it would still definitely ride up and show under boob, but I wouldn't size up in this either, just because I feel like that would be way too much excess material and the straps will definitely slide down. If I just like absolutely had to give you guys sizing advice, then I might say to size down, just because it is very stretchy. Next up is a bra that we've seen come back time and time again because it's just too good, but this is going to be the Revolution sports bra in the color Stardust in a size extra small. My normal size in Revolution bras is a size small, but the sizing advice that I always gave is to just size down if in between because it's so stretchy. And I'm glad that my advice to you guys was right, because an extra small fits me so much better. I feel like with square neck bras, I usually gape in them whenever I bend over because my frame is rather small. So there just tends to be way too much material up here, but sizing down completely eliminated that. This bra does feature a rather wide square neckline, so it's very much a boxy type of fit from the neckline all the way down to the silhouette of the sports bra as well. So as we can see here, there is a longer lined band at the bottom that is double lined, so there's no like invasive seam here. I typically like to wear this bra with this rolled up halfway. I find that it's just so much more flattering on me and my torso, just because again, my torso is very short, and even whenever I rolled this up, it was still super comfortable, and you couldn't even tell that it was rolled up because again, this is double lined, so it sits very seamlessly. If we turn to the back, this is where the party is happening, guys, because there's just a bunch of like strappy details here, and these straps are just so flattering. There's just so much going on, and I just love it. Buff Bunny collection printed logo there as well. Also comes with removable cup pads that are coming out from the top, guys. So that was a little bit frustrating to kind of like maneuver around whenever I did, because I don't know, just like sticking things up from the top makes it really awkward. I just kind of wish that was on the sides, but yeah, just a little detail for you guys to note. But otherwise, guys, a very stretchy sports bra. Even in a size extra small, I still had a little bit of stretch to it, but this definitely sits at a high compression sports bra on me now. But even then, I love it, right? Because it's not to the point where it suffocates me, because Nubri is very stretchy, but I just felt very held in, supported. I could bend over, friggin' like put my hands up, wave around, jump around, and be just fine. And even whenever I sized down, there was still material on the sides here, to where in the try on haul, you'll see that there was no armpit fat or anything hanging out. Not that it like really bothers me, but in case you guys were interested in knowing that, then yeah. And overall, again, I would say that if you're in between sizes for this bra, then a size down, it will definitely be a higher compression sports bra for you when sizing down. But I just think that like, especially if you have the same issue that I do in terms of gaping, then it wouldn't hurt to size down, because it'll still fit great. All right, guys, let's move on from bras and talk about some shorts. So I have the contour pocket shorts, both in a size extra small in the color Journey Dark Brown, as well as Cocoa. And you can just kind of see the difference between the two colors there. But Journey Dark Brown is very much giving dark chocolate, whereas Cocoa is kind of giving the teddy bear emoji, if you know what I mean. It's just a very warm colored brown. So I'm gonna put Journey Dark Brown aside because we've seen this color before in that 70s collection, and talk about Miss Cocoa for a little bit, because I just feel like you could see the details a little bit better in this color as well. Made in the Newbury fabric, the contour pocket short features a double-lined waistband. Other than that seam right here that, again, is supposed to be like contouring and whatnot, the two seams kind of come very narrow and start from the top of the waistband, going all the way down the side of the short, all the way down to the bottom seam as well. So I like that though, because I feel like it's very seamless, ironically, and it is very flattering. I also love how the waistband here is tapered as well to just kind of give you that more like cinched, snatched look. So yeah, tapered high-waisted waistband with pockets on the side. Like I said, because the contour lines for the short go down into the side seams as well, that's what's creating this pocket. And the pocket is very narrow. I do have to say that it was a struggle stretching this out, which makes sense, right? Because it's literally on the seams. So there wasn't a lot of stretch to this. I could not fit my phone in here, and you guys can see that in the try-on haul, but it's just overall a very small pocket. So I don't know what this is gonna fit. Definitely some like smaller items such as a key or a card or something, but yeah, definitely not a phone. There also is a seam on the top of this pocket as well. I'm assuming that it's just to keep things from falling out, to make it a little bit more sturdy, but there literally is like no stretch to that seam at all. So if we turn to the back, then we actually have these same contour lines starting at the top of the waistband. They are a little bit wider than the seams in the front though. As we can see here, it's about half an inch wider than the front band. Same type of detail here. It comes all the way down to the side seam, goes all the way down to the bottom of the short as well. And the shorts have a rather deep glute contour here to really accentuate the glutes with the Buff Bunny collection logo back and center. Definitely a lot of like seams going on, but even then I feel like this bottom band is very stretchy. Definitely stretchier than the Journey Dark Brown colorway, and I'll insert the try on haul here for you guys, but darker dyes usually make a garment a little bit more compressive and tight fitting. But regardless, I love this short. It performed so well at the gym. I didn't have to pull them up or constantly adjust them at all. They really did just kind of like stay in place. This short is a medium compression short on me, and even whenever I was running around, walking around all day, some shorts from time to time, they do kind of ride up, but I feel like with these shorts, it didn't really do that at all, which I really liked. So the seam definitely stayed in place while also not being too compressive on me either. If you were in between sizes for these shorts, I would say to size down. That's just typically my sizing recommendation for Newbury anyway. But yeah, I really like these shorts. So the last Newbury piece I have is going to be the Ivy bodysuit. How could I not pick a bodysuit if it's offered? You know what I'm saying? This bodysuit was doing its thing over the weekend. There were so many girls that had this in the other color, which I think is Brady Brown. And then we were just wearing this all weekend because it's just so freaking comfortable. But I've never tried a bodysuit before from Buff Bunny collection, so I ended up sticking with my leggings size, which is an extra small. Features the same details in the Ivy crop, if you guys have ever had that crop before, where there is kind of this like, I don't know, bib. It's kind of giving bib, but a rather high square neckline that resembles the Ivy crop. And if we turn to the back, then you do have, again, those Ivy crop type details with this like lace up type of detail in the back right here, which I love. I think that's just so flattering and so open as well, especially during the summertime. The top portion does feature a built-in shelf bra with removable cup pads. And then in terms of getting in the actual bodysuit, it was kind of a struggle. I think you'll see in the try-on clip, but I feel like it was easier for me to do because I've worn it multiple times, taken it off multiple times over the weekend where I can maneuver into it now. But as we can see, they do have these hooks right here at the very top that are adjustable, which I like, and then you just kind of hook them out. I wish that there was some sort of like metal hook instead of having it just be the fabric folded in on itself for you to hook it in, because if we look over here on the right hand side, I'm not sure if this is, you know, just some excess threads or if it's because of me maneuvering into this so much and having it kind of rip a little bit. It did make me a little bit nervous for the longevity of this piece, just because I'm like, okay, there's already some, you know, like loose threads going on. So I just hope that this isn't a trend that continues the more that I wear this piece. So just be aware of that. And as you can see here, I do have the straps completely loose, Like this is the last obviously setting that they can be at type of thing, and it still fit me very compressively. Like it was a struggle to just like pull the strap around and kind of hook it in because this is a very thin strap. So over the weekend I found myself being really nervous that it was gonna break, which it's not that fragile, you know what I'm saying, but it's still rather thin. But once you put it on, it is very flattering. So if we move all the way down to the rest of this bodysuit, the abdominal middle portion definitely is cinched. Like it's kind of giving body, you know what I'm saying? And then going all the way down, you have, I believe this is a 4-inch short. I wish it was longer. Turning to the back once again, here's the bottom short portion of the bodysuit. Just has kind of this like tapered glute contour back here. Nothing that's super exaggerated at all. And then a glute seam with the Buff Bunny Collection logo there back and center. So a rather simple back because, you know, the top portion kind of speaks for itself, but this did fit me very compressive. I'm talking like it cinched me in and everything, and I could only hike the short portion up so far because if I did any more, then my glutes would definitely show through. The bottom seam of the short was very stretchy, but whenever I walked around in it, I did feel the short kind of riding up a little bit. And again, 4-inch shorts are just never going to be it for me, right? Like they're just always going to ride up, but I noticed it a lot more in these. I would say that if you're in between sizes, definitely size up in it. Whenever I put this on, especially in this middle portion, it was the biggest struggle to like hike it up over my thighs. I was really nervous for a seam ripping and like threads ripping and whatnot, and they didn't. Thank freaking God. For bodysuits as well, it's something that you kind of wear casually, and just having something be so compressive can be uncomfortable after a while. So yeah, anywho, size up if in between. All right, moving on, guys. Let's talk about some seamless. So I have here the ribbed seamless sports bra in the color Mocha, a beautiful like milk chocolate, delicious brown color. I don't really describe colors as delicious, but y'all see that? That's delicious, okay? And also, I feel like one shoulder bras have kind of been the vibe recently, so I couldn't hesitate, right? Like I had to pick this up. So this is very different from the other seamless, like the BBL sports bra that we've seen before from Buff Bunny Collection. It is very stretchy, just very soft overall, and there is some thick ribbing on this bra as well. But I love the different types of ribbing on here because as we can see, there's a thick seam right here and then a little bit of like this thinner ribbing at the very top, and then it kind of goes into that more thick ribbing. And if we look at the bottom band right here, it breaks it up even further into some more fine ribbing there as well. And this is a very long line sports bra. I'm sure you guys can see on that try-on clip, but it was giving tank almost. Like that's how long this was on me, that it almost fit like a tank. And even though size small is my true size, I feel like because the band is so long, you can see that underneath my chest, there was a little bit of excess material there, whether it be because the bra was falling down or what, but there was a little bit of excess right underneath my chest. And it wasn't until I actually rolled the band up halfway that one, it was a much more flattering fit, and two, it actually completely removed that excess material there as well. Maybe because rolling up the band gave me a little bit more support because this is a very thick band, but because it's double lined, it just looks very seamless. Like once you rolled it, that's how I'll personally be wearing the sports bra. And I did feel it kind of sliding down just a little bit, but because this top seam right here is just so thick, it could only slide down to a certain point to where it would just stop sliding. So yeah, with that being said, I do like the sports bra. Turning it to the back, it's just basically the front of the bra, but like inverted with the Buff Bunny Collection logo there, back and center, also sewn into that seamless fabric. If you're in between sizes for this bra, I am comfortable with saying size up just because it is a high compression sports bra, because if you were to size down, it would just be very tight. But of course, that depends on how you're wanting it to fit. If you're wanting this to be a little bit more on the comfortable side, then size up. If you prefer a more compressive, really snatched fit, then size down. But just be aware that this is a very stretchy material, even though it is a high compression sports bra. Moving on to the seamless bottoms, guys. We have the ribbed seamless shorts, also in the color Mocha, in a size small. So I learned my lesson from the BBL leggings, shorts, and the snatched leggings to size up because their seamless is just so like freaking tight that I just felt so suffocated in my size extra small. This features a 2-tiered waistband right here, so you can kind of see the ribbing differentiate between the top and the bottom, to where the top is a little bit more compressive than the bottom portion to give you that snatched look. Has a rather thick seam right here to separate the waistband from the rest of the legging. And then of course, as we come down, then there is a rather thick ribbed portion, very similar obviously to the ribbed seamless sports bra. So that's basically all throughout the front. So this is what it looks like in the back, where there's essentially no ribbing whatsoever. It's just a super stretchy knitted seamless fabric. It isn't until the very bottom of the short in the back that you kind of have that thick ribbing again. I'm assuming to give your booty a little bit of lift as you have it on. But once again, this is a 4-inch inseam, you guys. So it's just too short. It is just way too short. I'm like, you would think that after the BBL seamless shorts and the snatched shorts that they would kind of learn that like 4 inches is just a little bit too short. But again, you know, as we know, it takes at least 6 to 8 months for manufacturing and things like that, and they have to plan ahead. So I'm just hoping that in the future we have longer seamless shorts, because 4 inches is just not cutting it. If we turn to the back, then we have a glute contour seam right there, and then the scrunch. We have to talk about this scrunch because it's not my favorite. So it starts from the very top of that glute seam. It is a 4-column scrunch, goes all the way down, does not touch the gusset, which I like because it just kind of makes it very delicate. But I don't know, the scrunch was just not giving, guys. It was just sitting at the top of my glutes, and for me to maneuver it into my glutes would make the shorts so freaking short that my booty cheeks were basically hanging out. And yeah, I don't know, like if we look at the inside of the short right here, turning it inside out, you can just kind of see that the scrunch isn't really doing anything on the inside, and I think that's the reason why it wasn't staying inside my butt cheeks basically. But yeah, the back here is just kind of like a straight seam, whereas on the outside that's kind of where the scrunch is. So again, I feel like that's the reason why the scrunch wasn't like staying in there. It is very comfortable though. I'm super glad that I sized up, and if you're in between sizes, I would definitely say to size up for a more comfortable fit. There wasn't any excess material at all. Next up, we have the ribbed seamless legging in Mocha in a size small. So essentially this is the same thing as the shorts, but in legging form. I like the leggings a lot more than the shorts. I think that it's definitely because it's a longer form. So even if I were to, you know, try to situate everything in my glutes, then there's still extra material because it is a legging. Features the same exact details as the shorts. It has that tapered 2-tier waistband, thick ribbing all throughout the front of the legging. On the side is where it has much thinner ribbing to kind of have that contour. It goes all the way to the back, it goes on the side, and instead of cupping the glutes, it actually comes all the way down here and kind of goes like inwards a little bit. I kind of wish that there was something underneath the glutes to kind of give it that lift, but it was still flattering regardless, so don't get me wrong. And then all the way at the bottom where the calf area is, you can see where the vertical ribbing becomes that thin ribbing again, where it just kind of cuts like this diagonally. Here's the back of the legging with the glute contour and the scrunch. Again, the same details as the shorts. I did actually initially receive an extra small in these leggings, but once I tried them on and saw that the scrunch just wasn't, like it was just sitting on top of my glutes. Sizing up definitely helped, but there was still that issue of like having to just really put it in there, you know what I mean? I definitely like the leggings more than the shorts for sure. All right, the last piece that I have from this collection, arguably the most controversial piece, is going to be the ribbed booty pant in the color Mocha in the regular length, which is a 34-inch inseam. If you guys like rewind the video real quick to my measurements, my leg inseam is a 30-inch inseam. Normally I would be the short length, right, which is the 32-inch inseam. Guys, whenever I got the freaking short length in, it literally went up to my ankles. Like that was not a 32-inch inseam. Like it fit me so freaking short. The 34-inch inseam is what fit me like a regular 31-inch inseam flared pant would fit. These definitely run super short. If you're taller, then this is just not gonna cut it for you. Like if you're over 5'4", 5'5", then this is gonna sit like high waters on you because it does run very short. But anywho, let's talk details about this pant. It has this thick elastic waistband here at the top, and you can already see right here is where this seam folded in a little bit to where there's now an indent here. So it kind of reminds me of like one of these shorts that I had as a kid where I would wear them as PJs, and because it had a thick stiff elastic band like this, once I put it in the dryer, it would kind of like fold in on itself, and then like I would just have to spend time after taking it out the dryer to like really get it to be straight again. And I just hated that as a kid. So, you know, I still hate it as an adult. I just don't like this band at all. It's just so thin, and I just don't like how it kind of folds in on itself. The material of this pant is very flowy, very thin. It's just kind of feeling a little bit cheap. It's also super sheer. I don't know if you guys can even see my face through it, but just trust, like I can definitely see the light and everything through these pants. There is an end stretch to this, so it was definitely like super tight on my quads, on my knee. It also fits like a mid-rise, so I don't know. Usually I have an issue where things are way too high rise on me and I have to roll it down, but in this case it fit like right where my belly button was, and I'm like, oof, that's just not the most flattering fit, you guys. If we turn to the back, then there is a glute seam right there in the center, but there's no glute contour, no nothing, because again, it's just this, you know, one stiff seam back here. And I did hang these weird, so sorry about those lines. It kind of comes down into this little flare bell bottom right here. It was just really tight on the glute region. You'll see in the try on clip, but the back kind of dips down a little bit just because there's just not any stretch on these. Every single time you bend down, the waistband kind of dips down as well. And yeah, I just couldn't keep it on for a long time just because it just wasn't fitting right. So I had a lot of high expectations for this because again, Heidi's been teasing this for months and months and months now, but yeah, it just wasn't what I was expecting. I don't think. It's my least favorite piece from this collection, unfortunately, which is really difficult for me to say, honestly. Like, I'm kind of heartbroken about it. If you're interested in these, then I would say to size up if you're in between, especially if you have thicker thighs, because I'm telling you, this is going to be so tight on your quads, on your glute region. So yeah, definitely size up if in between. And again, for the length, if you're over 5'5", I would just unfortunately skip these. Alrighty friends, that wraps up this try on haul for the Buff Bunny collection naked collection. Once again, launching this Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time. I actually just realized that I never plugged my code at all throughout this entire video. So if you found this helpful, then code Tracy does save you 10% off on all Buff Bunny collection orders. I appreciate you guys' support so much more than you know. It's honestly thanks to you guys and your continued support that have allowed for opportunities like this to come true. So yeah, again, if you found this helpful, then code Tracy saves you some money on all Buff Bunny collection orders. If you liked this video, then go ahead and give it a like. Comment down below what pieces you're eyeing for this collection, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me over on Instagram and TikTok at TracyBFit. I'll be doing a last minute Q&A, and I have some content that I'm posting from the content house as well, so you guys can see me in action in some of these pieces. But until then, my next video will probably be the vlog from the content day, so watch out for that, and I will see you guys next time. So bye.